In my experience, a very small percentage of channel subscribers actually look at a channel owner's community tab. And that's why I wanted to go over this right here, because Long Island Audit posted an update from the video that he posted yesterday when he got arrested by the NYPD at the 75th precinct. And why did he get arrested? He got arrested because the yahoos in the NYPD, who the Mullen Commission said are engaged in incredible amounts of corruption, decided to arrest a guy who had the law in his hand, the New York law that said people can record the police. They don't have permission to record the police. They have a fundamental right to record the police anywhere they choose to in the state of New York. But the NYPD gang members, the Thin Blue Line members, thought it'd be a good idea to just go ahead and follow their policy, which is written on a piece of paper in the vestibule of the 75th precinct. So let me show you this update real quick. He says, fellow patriots and freedom lovers. And guys, the reason I'm going over this is because this strikes at the core of freedom. This strikes at the root of the tree of liberty. And even you trolls out there who are giving Sean Reyes a hard time for getting arrested, who are applauding the tyrants who did the arresting, even you want freedom. And if you were honest with yourselves, you are hypocritical in rejoicing at the Thin Blue Line gang taking away the freedom of another American, because you know in your heart that you wouldn't want this to happen to you. And they would go, well, we wouldn't be out there pushing boundaries. Guess what? You have the freedom not to push boundaries, but other people have the freedom to push boundaries. And I don't even call it pushing boundaries. It's just exercising freedoms that a bunch of oath takers promised that they would uphold. And then they become oath breakers, as we see by their actions. So he says, fellow patriots and freedom lovers, I was released from the NYPD's custody early this morning. I was placed in a cage and my freedom was stolen from me for over 12 hours. Now think about this. Some people will go, 12 hours, that's no big deal. Guys, 12 seconds is a big deal. Nobody on American soil should ever have their freedoms taken away, especially when they're engaged in a constitutionally protected activity by policy enforcers who swore they'd protect that activity. The immensity of the hypocrisy and stupidity and idiocracy of this whole thing is overwhelming. All for the crime of peacefully exercising not only my constitutional rights, but the rights protected by New York State and New York City law. Laws that the NYPD don't think apply to them. And this goes beyond 18 U.S.C. 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. This is literally, like I said yesterday, deprivation of rights under color of opinion. Deprivation of rights under color of policy. Deprivation of rights under color of stupidity. I want you to really think about how dangerous this is. And this is, and again, I want to reiterate, these people in these troll channels who applaud the Thin Blue Line gang taking away the freedoms of a fellow American is incomprehensible to me. I truly, truly don't understand it. That they wouldn't sit there and say, dude, this guy obviously has the freedom under the First Amendment in the United States. And I realize that some of these troll channels aren't even from America. You don't have the unalienable right to freedom of speech and freedom of the press, especially in public places, just because you're American. You have the unalienable right to do that because you're a human being. I don't care if you're in Canada. I don't care if you're in Mexico. It doesn't matter if you're in New Zealand or Japan or China or Russia or America. You've got the unalienable right to do whatever you want to do, as long as you're not lifting up your hand to harm or threaten to harm or take somebody's property or steal their property. He says, I want to thank my attorney, Jacob Uriel. If it wasn't for him, I have no doubt my time in lockup would have been greater. All property was stolen from me. I will not be receiving it again until the conclusion of this case. Imagine if we did to the cops what they do to us on a routine basis. Imagine if we took them against their will. And we tied them with zip ties and we threw them in the back of our vehicles and we took them to our basement and locked them up in our cage. Imagine if we took their property. Imagine how fast it would take the state to get that property back, to release that person from prison. It would be an all-out war. They'd have helicopters in the sky. They would have troops on the ground. They'd have dogs on the ground. They'd be hunting you down so that they can get their Thin Blue Line gang member back. All property was stolen from me. This is ridiculous. He says, I will not be receiving it again until the conclusion of this case. We are confident we will win this case, not on the technicality, but on the merits. I also want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. It means everything to me that the people have my back. And that's what this is all about. This is all about having each other's back. This isn't just about having YouTube channels and becoming popular and getting views and making ad revenue. This is about educating the public, because knowledge is power. And when you have power, you get confidence. And when you get confidence and you get knowledge and you get power, that's the last thing the government wants. The state doesn't want well-educated, informed individuals who are going to question them on their authority. They don't want somebody out there that's going to stand toe-to-toe with them and look them in the eye and say, no, we ain't doing this. We are not going to comply. You are not going to steal our money. You're not going to search my car. You're not coming into my house. You're not taking away my rights. This means everything. If you lose your freedom, you lose your life. He says, together there is nothing we cannot accomplish. I truly believe that. We the people will effect change together. For those who donated to the legal fund to fight this unlawful arrest, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll put this GoFundMe link in the description of this video so you can check it out. I lost my freedom, but in return I gained the chance to be part of change for we the people. I would do it again in a heartbeat. If you haven't seen the video, you can watch it here. I'll leave that link in the description below as well. I just want to say, guys, to do what he did and to do what a lot of you guys do out there, it takes guts. It takes determination. It takes conviction to stand toe-to-toe with armed, badged, uniform, power-tripping authoritarians who are drunk on their own power, staggering under their own power, willing to take your rights away, and by extension, willing to take their rights and their children's rights and their grandchildren's rights away, because that's what's happening, officers. That's what's happening, you policemen and women all across the United States and around the world. When you take away a man's rights, you're literally saying, hey, I'm okay that if down the road tyranny becomes so bad, they come to my house or stop me in my vehicle or stop me walking along the road exercising my freedom and taking away my rights. When injustice happens to one man, like it did to Sean Paul Reyes, Long Island Audit here, when it happens to one man anywhere, it happens to all men everywhere, and that includes you, you Thin Blue Line tyrants. It's going to happen to you one day. This is a double-edged sword. It will come back on your head. It's like a bladed boomerang. You can launch it in the air, but guess what? It's coming back, and it's probably going for your head. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. Go to Long Island Audits. He's at like 483,000. Where's he at? 483,000 subscribers. Surely there's 17,000 of my subscribers who haven't subscribed to Long Island Audit. Go over there, watch a couple of his videos, give him some love, give him some support, tell him Here's the Deal sent you. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. That's highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, the links are in the description. You can grab a hard-hitting conversation starting design you can get from the store. You can put this design on any, there's like over 100 designs. You can put them on a shirt, hoodie, mug, hat, cell phone case, whatever you want. Guys, remember, freedom is now and will always be dangerous. But what's more dangerous is not having it. I'll see you in the next video.